Learning to play an instrument is just the beginning for kids realizing their dreams here in Atlanta. For this week's one-on-one, WSB Community and Public Affairs Director Condace Pressley sits down with the founder of How Big Is Your Dream to talk music and how he's making it accessible.
Music has the power to change lives. For some children, all it takes is that one instrument, mentor, or opportunity to discover a talent they never knew they had. That is exactly the mission behind the How Big Is Your Dream Foundation. Its founder, musician Jarrell J. Fly Flynn, is creating spaces where young people can learn, perform, and dream big through music. J. Fly, welcome to People to People. It is so great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So I just want to start at the beginning. You could have just focused on your own musical career. What made you do that pivot to pour all that you know into young people?
Well, I actually was only focusing on my music career, and while on tour, my dream became reality. The question came to me on the tour bus, how big is your dream? And for something that was never taught to me to be sustainable, I really didn't know how big my dream could be. I was already doing something I love, and to add the icing on the cake, to be compensated to do that. And I said, my dream is to do this and it be sustainable. So that's how the question came to me. And on that tour bus, God actually said, what actions are you willing to put to make this dream a reality? So that's the way the exclamation, the action that you put behind the question. So on tour, the question came from within, and then the action I had to put behind bringing that dream into reality.
Your foundation does many, many things, but your signature program is the How Big Is Your Dream Academy. Tell me what happens there and why it is so special.
So the academy actually started as a lot of parents asking me to give drum lessons. And because I was doing so much touring, working with so many artists, I couldn't do all of these drum lessons in one setting. And as I began to say, okay, I started to think they need to know more than drums. They will get a greater appreciation for choreography. They would get a greater appreciation for music theory. So I started bringing in different friends in the industry, and what I started to see was career paths in these different areas of expertise. And that became, at first it was called the camp. And we did it for 1 week, a camp. And then the finale was a way for us to show parents what we have taught the students in the camp. And then the academy was birthed because it became bigger and bigger and bigger. We started with 25 student drummers, and now we're over 100 that come to our flagship Summer Academy of the Arts.
J. Fly, music can be really intimidating for a kid who may have interest but has never been on stage, has never picked up an instrument. We may have parents watching who says, my child has interest but no experience. What do you say to those parents?
So for a lot of those parents, and they don't have an understanding of the music industry as well, I just say, give them a day with How Big Is Your Dream. Let the environment really dictate if you bring them back. And most of the time when they bring their child in, the child is waking them up the next day, say, I gotta get back to How Big Is Your Dream, because we make the environment, although it's competitive, we make it conducive of you learning at each stage you're in.
And if you'd like to sign your kid up for the How Big Is Your Dream Academy and Summer Camp, we have a link on our website, WSB-TV.com/community.